What's going on, guys? My name is Brian Couch, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. And right now, this is Denver. Actually, this is Golden, Colorado. Out looking over Denver, I got some water in the background, and you're on this video because maybe you've seen me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tinder. Maybe you saw a magazine ad, and you're wondering, like, who is this Brian guy? Why is he able to travel around the world? Hang out with NFL athletes and other celebrities and build businesses with lawyers and engineers. And, how do I get a part of that, right? How do I get that action? Well, I just want to tell you first and foremost, my name is Brian Couch, and I went to Texas A&M University, thanks and gig 'em. I got my ring, I got my degree. I went out into the working world, and I kind of just got beat up. I got tossed around, with my degree. I started out making $11 an hour, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I had a computer science degree with a business minor. I put a lot of work in. I went to school for 5.5 years to finally get that shit. But I was like, what am I going to do? What am I really going to do with this degree? What am I really going to do with my life? I was general studies major until they said, hey, Brian, you got to, choose something. You can't graduate with nothing. So I chose what I chose because I was like, well, this will let me do whatever I want. Still did not know what I wanted to do. Turns out what I wanted to do was whatever I felt like doing at the time, and to be able to travel, being able to, basically make decisions not based off of time or money scarcity, not having enough time, not having enough money, having someone else controlling me, but make decisions based off of ultimately whatever I wanted to do. Really ultimate freedom. And I was like, how do I find that? How do I make that happen? So I worked my way up in that $11 an hour, and I finally get a corporate salary making $45,000 a year, and I get laid off, right? Through that, I was looking, I was like, man, how do I get started? How do I make money outside of a boss, right? How can I do this in a way that's going to make a lot of sense? As the wind blows and is shaking my camera a little bit, I want to tell you that what I found was network marketing. And what I also found was that the traditional network marketing, like the Amway system of make a list of your friends and family and then try to sell them a bunch of shit, just didn't work for me. It didn't fit my personality. It didn't really make sense. I didn't make a lot of money. And so I said, there's got to be a way I could do it online. There's got to be a way that I could set this up to where, I make a video and I deliver this message once instead of inviting my friends to, a Mexican restaurant and flipping through a flip chart and saying the exact same thing every single presentation. I can just make this video once and show people about it, and that will do the job for me. So, I start doing that, and I kind of get into the internet thing, and I kind of have some ups and downs, right? At one point, I find myself at the age of like 27 or something, and I'm living in my friend's laundry room, right? With a mattress that fit perfectly in the laundry room. I got my washing machine and my dryer and my mattress right there. So I got to lift up my mattress every day so the rest of the people in the house can use the washer and dryer. I'm working for $14, $11 an hour, up to $14 an hour, till I finally get that corporate job. I'm like, this is not it, okay? I got to do something else. So one day I'm looking across the internet, and I find a video a lot like the one that you're watching right now. I was paying attention to what the guy was saying, and he was off in Costa Rica. He was traveling around, seeing stuff. He was living the life that I wanted to live, as I'm sitting in this cubicle wondering, like, what the hell am I going to do, right? I want to do what he's doing. What do I do? And so I wasn't sure if I could just trust this guy, just like trust this random dude that I found on the internet. I didn't know. I was like, I kind of believe him. I'm also kind of like ready to just kind of put my foot in, see what it's really about before I just pull out my credit card and jump in. And so, one day enough was enough. I had seen a lot of emails. I had seen video after video of him just all around the world, having fun, making multiple, like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in a single month. I mean, when he was making my monthly or my yearly salary in a month, I said enough is enough. I'm in. Let's just do it. What can it really be? How bad, how much can there really be this many people talking about making so much money and they're all actors? No. So I just jump in, and I jump into the system, and I start getting to work, right? And at first I was a little bit overwhelmed. I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never really done anything like this before, but I just had that urge. I had that drive that I deserved a better life, that I had it in me to, that this guy was no better than me. Just because he could talk in front of a camera and get it in front of me didn't mean I couldn't do that. So I just got started, right? And I followed that three-step system. He had a three-step system for me. And I'm like, all right, step 1, step 2, step 3, let's go. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I was out in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. If you're one of my friends like from Facebook or like in real life in Dallas that I've met before, you probably know this, because I was out in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, Texas Country Music Festival. We go there are a bunch of Texas country music artists there. We're drinking beers and stuff, and I'm skiing for the first time ever. All my friends take off, and they're way faster than me on skis because they've all done it before. I've never had the privilege to ski before. I don't really come from, the money or whatever. Skiing was never a hobby of my parents or anything. So I'm skiing for the first time. I take a break because my legs are tired, and I'm looking out over like the vast just mountains, the snowy mountains in Colorado, which actually is where I'm back at now. It's kind of cool. I saw the Rockies earlier this morning. But I pull out my phone to take a picture of this awesome view. I see all the little people, they look like ants down on the bottom, drinking their beers, listening to music, and I'm taking pictures, and I get this phone call. It's from this lady named Mary. And she's like, Brian, I saw what you were doing on the internet, you know, and I got started. I'm on your team, you know, what do I do next? And I decided to stop and think and realize that, wow, you know, first I had this job thing, and I did the traditional stuff that everyone said was going to work, and it didn't really, it didn't fulfill me. I was like, am I really going to do this for 50 more years? Didn't think that was for me. And then I got into the network marketing, and they're like, yeah, use your network, and you know, your network determines your net worth, and try to turn your network into money. And that didn't really work for me because I didn't have much of a network built up. You know, I had a bunch of friends that were poor and some other friends that went to college, and you know, but they're all excited about their jobs, and nobody's really trying to go after their dream and be an entrepreneur and do something that, you know, isn't taught by most of society, to do something a little outside of the box to make a lot of money. I'd never done anything like that, but when I got started with this system and I just plugged into it and did it, and then I saw that somebody joined my team that actually made money 100% on autopilot after I got the system set up, and then I got a call from that lady telling me she's so excited to get going. I was like, this really works. Right then and there, I said, you know what, this is going to be what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. This is how I'm going to make my millions. This is how I'm going to be able to live my life and be able to travel the world and see the things that I want, and ultimately not make decisions based on my boss breathing down my neck, or not having enough time to do anything, or if I ever decide to have a family, not have to put my kids in daycare and be able to raise them myself, maybe homeschool them and travel them around the world with me, like some of the other people that I've met in this awesome community that you're about to get to take a look at. You know, I was like, this is it. And so I just got fired up and I did it. And I kept going, I kept plugging into what they were telling me to do. I kept going and following the system, seeing the people ahead of me not before long, you know, I got to the point where it was something that I started inventing some stuff. I started teaching other people how to do it. I started seeing people in my team, people that actually decide to join me and do what I'm doing, start making money. You know, I got this guy, Tyson, he followed exactly what I was doing with the videos and stuff, and he made $30,000 last month. And it blew my mind. Like, this is it. This is something that anybody can do. So, you know, I don't want to talk your ear off. I just get so fired up and passionate about this stuff. But if you've heard enough, you're watching this video still, we're 7 minutes and 29 seconds in, that means something about you. It means that you're not ready. You're not ready to continue to settle for what you've been getting. You're ready to go after and get something better. So below this video, I got a link. I want you to click on it. It's going to take you to a place where you could put your email address in, okay? I'm going to send you some emails that are going to help you get started, get into profit quickly, so that you can have an online business in your part-time that ultimately is going to pay you to transition to where you're making more money than you are in your full-time job, okay? I want you to click on that link right now, put your email address in the form, and take a lot of notes, because this stuff is important. And if you just continue to watch a bunch of these videos and don't really actually take action, you're never really going to get anywhere, and you're going to kind of fall along the wayside of just all the people that, oh, well, now I know what that's about. I'm going to continue grinding away on my job for 40 years, right? But if you take action on what I'm saying right now, things can change for you in a very short period of time. So below this video right now, click on that button, put your email address in, and I'll see you on the other side.